Hello and welcome back to Free Dad Raid Shadow Legends 2024. We have a little bit different of a episode today. This is going to be on the main account. It is going to be a Hydra clan boss team build. So as of right now, when we're looking at the Hydra clan boss on this, we're going to easily be able to one key normal, getting our 6.6. We easily one key hard with this composition right here. This is our one key normal, and then we're looking to get into this brutal composition. We do not have Nightmare unlocked as a clan, so this is going to essentially help. We do always down hard and always down normal. When it comes to the hard team that I run, it typically floats between 26 million if it is a bad run to 97 million if it's a good run. So the gear is pretty solid. And then we used to run just a team to get us this first chest that would just bust out the 7.3, and we just rerun it continuously with Newt to see if he can proc some of his relentless procs to get to that point. But we're really trying to get this 29.4 consistently to be able to get this Guardian. So that way, hopefully we can kind of help in this Hydra clash. The Hydra boss has not been something that has been a focus to me. I think we're going to do very good in this one and be able to get top 3. So if we do get first place or second, we're really trying to get a contribution of this 650, if not at least like, because if we do close to 100 on our our normal, it doubles your points, so it's 200 mil. So we should be easily able to get to this point is the goal, with being able to do this one, because it's going to triple the points. So essentially, if we get to 33 million, we're going to be doing another 100, so it's 200 right there. So we're really trying to build a team that can at least love to do 100 consistently on this one. But if we can't do at least 100 million, I'd love to be able to do around that 70 million, because then we're looking at about 210 million points, and then we're able to really move up the ranks on our chest. So that would be 240. So that would essentially do, just if we got 50 on the other one, we'd be able to easily get to that 350. The 600, probably thinking about it now, it's going to be a little bit of a push away. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to float in the Hell Hades optimizer. And we got this set up already. We got logged in, so we didn't have to wait on a loading screen. We're on Hydra rotation 4. And I want to look at hard first and try to find a team. So I want to see if any team is different than what we're kind of running when it comes to hard. So I don't want to use Nekmothar, because I'm thinking we're going to have to use Nekmothar on our brutal one. He's just really good. I think we're going to have to use Ugo on there as well. The rabbit might be an interesting one. Let's go ahead and exclude champions, so we can exclude some. So we go Nekmothar, we want to exclude, and we would really not mind a Duchess in there. We do have an extra Harima that we don't use for. We have 2. We have one that's used for the arena very heavily, but we don't really use our extra one. So this might be a comp that we can actually build if it was just a little bit different from Nekmothar. I wonder if someone like a Lady Kimmy could essentially slot into there, since we do have the Duchess. It's very interesting. Even if we just put, instead of this Nekmothar, be able to put Inquisitor Shamel. Who is the other champion that we really don't want to use in this comp? So we have Inquisitor Shamel. We already have him in ours, so I think we'd want to include him. So what happens if teams must have Duchess? I don't know if I want to rebuild my Duchess, because my Duchess is built for arena right now. So maybe let's see what it looks like with teams without Nekmothar, and then we'll see if we need to take anybody else out. We definitely need to take Mothar out. Ooh, here's one. 177. We do use Sicily for Spider 25 for a Poison Explode. So that might be one. We don't use him for anything. We do use Lady Kimmy, but what speed is she going to be at? 308. 320. Yeah, that one's not going to happen. So let's go back. I wish you could say with the highest person speed being X on the account. As I'm guessing all of these are going to be way too high on speeds for what we're really looking to get out of it. So I'm going to just chalk this one up as a loss. And let's go back and we're going to get to what we originally wanted to get to, which is going to be Brutal. Rotation 4, let's find a team. You might have kind of seen a sneak peek. So this is the team that I found before. I don't use Tila anywhere. I don't use Molly anywhere. I just got a second Inquisitor Shamel, so I'll rebuild that one and use this one since he already has masteries. I do have, I think, 3 Ugos, and I don't use any of them. So I already do have one that's built out with masteries. We just 6-starred Neknothar during the champion training tournament that is going on right now. And then as long as Newt variation is going to be a good speed for us, we're able to keep him in Relentless. So these speeds are pretty high kind of all around when it comes to, we want to be able to pump some damage into it. So if we look at the team right now, we got a Savage Newt. That's pretty high for speed, and then the defense with attack percentage. This is a crazy high team. We only have 1 champion, 2 champions in Relentless, but that's 292 in Relentless, which I don't think I'm able to get to. So let's go ahead and go back. Let's look at this one, 221. That's currently almost what I have my Newt as, and then this one's 267. So I think this is going to be our team right here. Now, the reason why we're doing this now is twofold. So right now, Raid is having a free gear removal or swap, so it doesn't cost us silver. Being a free-to-play player, we really are cautious about our silver spend, so we're trying to really utilize it to the most. And then the second thing is hellhades.com and the crew do an amazing job when it comes to pairing their tools with different raid events. So like, since they're doing the free silver, they've unlocked the premium function for the Hell Hades optimizer. What that means is we're able to not only see what speeds these champions are, but we can see all the rest of their stats, and then we can see what gear sets they are in, and we can see their masteries. Before, you could not do that. It just showed you what speed that you could be able to go in, which was really hindering for us because we needed to know, hey, how is this champion built? How is this champion built? And it was a lot harder to kind of match up what we were looking at. So I went ahead and I did just take screenshots of these two. When it comes to our Newt, we do already have Newt built. We have him with more defense. We have him with more HP. We have him 4 speed faster, so I don't think that's going to be a difference. We have him with more crit damage. We have him with more accuracy, and we just have him with 10 less resistance, which I don't think is going to be a big issue. I think this team really relies on Ugo blocking buffs, blocking the buffs. I think that's why she is going to be in Relentless and moving pretty fast with some good accuracy. Nice part is it's just sustainability, speed, and accuracy for some of these supports. He's going to hit hard. This should be easy to get to in the speed. Perception. This one is probably going to be semi-hard. This one is just really about some survivability and accuracy. So what we're going to do, we're going to add team to optimizer. We know we don't need to optimize Newt. And if we want to do this correctly, we are going to see if I can figure this out. So if we do our home, that is not what I want. If we do our champions, we want to unlock all champions and try to find some good gear for them. So let's go back to team optimizer. We have this one. We're going to just assume everybody's max, so you can see he's only 1 right now. That's the only one. We're going to rebuild the other Inquisitor. And then we're just going to go through and let's see. We don't need to do that. We don't need to use this. Improve brute force. We don't need to do this. Now, let me think about this. So if we're doing it on the team one, it's going to try to optimize all 5 of these champions at once, and it's going to pull gear. And then if we need to lock a champion because they got the wrong gear on, then we're not going to be able to lock them and rerun it quickly. So I think we're going to have to do this one by one. So if we look at this composition, we had Molly as the fastest at 295. So this might be this first person that we're going to try to do. Inquisitor Shamel is just going to essentially hit hard and be fast, no accuracy, kind of sustainability, but not really. So that one shouldn't be too bad. I think he just mainly is going to heal himself off of the leech from Nekmothar. And Nekmothar has the most accuracy threshold. If we can get him in a perception instead of speed, that's probably going to benefit us the most. So I think we're going to go ahead and do... Tila has a lot of HP on this comp though. A lot of accuracy, and we're going to be getting a lot of damage. So let's minimize this for now. Let's look to see. First, is Tila booked? Let's hide this. Tila, not mastered out yet. She does have some books. What is this going to be? Going to give us, has a 100% chance of increasing the duration of all HP burns by 1 turn. And then has a leech and a hex debuff. So we really want to get this booked out. Has a 75% chance of placing. So we want to get this booked out. So it looks like we're going to book this champion during the next... what is it called? During the next champion training event for this. So I think we should be good. So let's go ahead and pull up the optimizer. And the first champion that we're going to go to, so we're going to go to champions. And I think one of the hardest ones that we're going to go ahead and get is going to be Nekmothar, because he does need to be into Relentless. And he has very high speed and the highest accuracy in the group. I don't know if that's just how his stats align and how necessary these really are. So we're going to go to optimize, go to balance so that way we can kind of do stuff. So let's go to our sets first. We do want our Relentless, and we're going to make sure there's one set of these. We really don't care what this other set is as long as they get to the speed threshold. When it comes to slots, don't care. Our stats, this one has 51, so let's try to go around 45,000 HP. The attack is not necessary. The defense is at 35, so let's just put in 32, assuming that we have worse gear. 255 is what we're going to do, so we're going to put 250 because we're going to assume that hopefully we can glyph up some. That's why this isn't as high. Let's go to crit rate. Does not have 100, does not have much crit damage. Comes to resistance, it looks like they just have 121, so let's just put it even 100, since that's not really minimum. And then we're just going to put 300. Everybody kind of floats around 300 when it comes to those resistances, and I wonder if we go on hellhades.com, he will tell us what resistance or what accuracy we're actually going to need for the Hydra. So let's go ahead and pull up hellhades.com. And then if we're going to go to, is it going to be guides or dungeons and clan boss? And I'm guaranteeing you guys are all seeing this before. What is a clan boss? I don't see anything about Hydra. Hydra's over here. Hydra boss's head, rewards, blessing, guides. So let's just go guide. Rewards, bosses, heads. Let's see. This shows, okay, consumption, digestion, capitalization, it's time. So we're probably going to have to go to heads. And I think we can base it off of the one that steals. So is it mischief? Is the most annoying, will be able to manage your team. He steals buffs. So let's look at mischief. And we want to see where his stats are for each level. Is it not going to tell us? Is not going to tell us on that one. wonder why it's not telling us what accuracy we need. I know it tells on like the clan boss what you're actually going to need for each of these, which is incredibly helpful. So let's go back to home. So maybe we're just missing it. Champion spotlights, rewards, Hydra boss seasons guides, maybe. Full season 1, full season 2. This fine one was mischief. There we go. So let's look at this one. Got her. Don't. Yeah, this is kind of irritating that it's not going to tell you what accuracy you need for each. I'm going to assume that it's got to be like 295 just because most of these are in there. So let's just, a slot, let's just go consistent 295 on these. We can always glyph up. And then when it comes to priorities, we're going to prioritize HP, defense, and accuracy. And then speed as a number 2, so we're not getting too much speed into this. We're able to utilize some of the speed gear on the other champions. Let's go ahead and optimize. I'm going to put it down to 40, so that way it's just going to run a little bit faster. We're going to let this run real fast. Okay, so it's sorting it. It looks like it just got done. So let's take it on this. We got 401, which is way too high for what we're looking at. We got 301 here, 255. Our defense that we wanted to get to was 3584, so this is even more. Our HP was 51, so we did get more HP than we wanted. I don't want to steal all the best gear though. Let's look at this one. This one's a little bit faster, more accuracy though. Is there anybody? So we don't want to take it from new, so let's go ahead and do this. We don't want to take it from Artak, I don't think, because he is essential for the other ones. I really don't want to take it from Seal, but I don't think I can get this done without taking it from Seal. I kind of don't want to take it from our Python right there. You are used in solo content, so we can't take it from you. So let's go ahead and clear and let's start again. Couple seconds left. Unfortunately, we can't view until this gets done. Also, if you guys hear that in the background, it is actually my space heater. So it is negative 14 degrees outside right now. Feels like negative 37. Tomorrow it's supposed to feel like negative 42. I know the Chiefs and the Dolphins are playing right now, and it feels like negative 24 for that game. Unfortunately, it's only on Peacock, so I'm not able to watch it, so I'm just trying to get some updates on my phone. This build's looking a lot better. Godseeker Neri, this is, we use her for our Sand Devil, so we're not able to use this one. I need his speed to be high, so I gotta take him off. So let's go ahead and clear and let's start again. Judging on this, with being able to put so many champions in Relentless, I wonder if Tila has to be in Relentless. If she does, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this, because there's a lot of champions just in Relentless, and I don't foresee us winning a lot of tournaments. I know we're going to win the tag team tournament, so that's going to be some more Relentless gear for us, because we're one of the only people that are actually pushing. So let's view this again. We can't do Lady Kimmy. I'm trying to think if I use him for anything. He does have some good solo content, but I don't think so. I do definitely use her. I'm not sure that I use that one, so let's go ahead and clear, and we're going to start again. I might try to turn that threshold down to like 20, so it's just going to comb through gear. It doesn't have a lot of Relentless gear really to comb through, but it's going to be the other pieces that are going to be the important ones to kind of get through. So we'll kind of go through there, and looking at this composition, I'd love to hear people's thoughts when it comes to who can be replaced by Lady Mikage. So we'll be getting her when the champion chase comes up, and I think that's going to be just absolutely big time for us. Now this piece is interesting. I have used her in some solo content, but I don't know if I'm going to need the solo content. It's really weird. This one is a very weak piece at a triple roll for speed. It is a low triple roll, granted that, but they can get 2 rolls and still get up to 17. But it's interesting that that's a very weak roll. I think this is probably going to have to be close. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Just run this again. That one's close. So let's see what these stats are going to be. It looks like this one is semi-close. This one we just lose a little bit of defense. We got some good speed. Still, so much accuracy. I wonder if they're in an accuracy banner. So they are an accuracy banner. So I wonder if there's any non-accuracy banners on this account that we can just roll up when it comes to, what is this, Lizardman? Is Nekmothar a Lizardman? That's going to have speed on them. So let's go to filter everybody, substat speed. And this one has 13 plus 2. So we're looking, this one has 16. Why is it not pulling this one? As defense, this is going to give us the HP and the defense that we're probably going to need. It's going to give us more than enough speed. This one's going to give us more than enough HP and speed. So we should be able to get there. So I wonder if I go back to this, and if I click clear here, and then I'm going to go to stats, and I'm just not going to prioritize this. So he's going to be like, hey, I'm good here. Give me more HP and defense as long as we meet the speed and the... So let's put none here too. So as long as we meet those two, just give us the rest. So let's try this. It's probably going to be good lessons for other people that are looking to kind of rebuild their champions for different content based on what you find. So let's click on view. I would love for this to be like the regular view versus these cards. I just don't find the cards very beneficial because you can just quickly look down on this, quickly look down here, quickly look down here. So we want to try to find that. We don't want to overkill the defense because we do need champions that are going to have defense that are going to be probably hard to find defense on. But we also don't need to overfill the offense. So this one kind of looks probably the most appealing because we're looking at that 51 HP. We have 51 HP. We're looking at 35 defense, which we're going to have a little bit more defense. Looking at 255 speed with 251, not bad. And then the 329 accuracy, which is just going to be a little bit lower, but we should be able to glyph up. This one's going to be more accuracy, or HP, but we're going to want to save that because Tila has a ton of accuracy, or a ton of HP on the build in the optimizer. This one's a little bit slower, and Tila can be slower, but Tila's going to need 300 accuracy, so this will be a good build for Tila as long as you don't take those. We got a piece that no one is wearing, which is great. She is not used. I think I did just replace him. You are used, but this doesn't look like an incredibly strong piece. It does say strong, godlike, but I don't see why it is. So maybe you can tell me this is a weak one. And we did get an accuracy banner again. Interesting. No, very weak accuracy banner. I wonder why we're getting accuracy banners on this. So I think this is going to be one of the things that we're going to look at when it comes to these. How many of these can we actually switch out on the accuracy banners and kind of upgrade, and then we'll just be upgrading these. So if we can get like a triple roll on maybe an accuracy banner for speed, we're going to be able to switch out these. I'd love to just find a piece here that's going to have better accuracy in it, but let's just go ahead. We're going to put them in this comp right now. So we're going to do fitting room. Let's go ahead and find our pieces, and then I don't think you need to watch this, so I'm just going to cut ahead when we do have this selected on our champion. Alright, so we got everybody equipped with this. The defense is lower than what the defense was going to be. So how do we go back? Let's go back. This one had the defense at... Oh, because level 1. Okay, never mind. So this will go up. The offense was, or the HP will obviously go up too. We'll be able to kind of power level this champion during the next champion training event. So this one is good on speed, accuracy, and resistance for the most part. So let's go ahead and equipped, and then we're going to go back to our Hell Hades optimizer. We're going to do a live refresh. We should see these stats change. There we go. So we know we have it equipped. So we have one champion done. So we are going to go back to these screenshots, and our next one on this list is Tila. She is going to be high speed, high accuracy, and survivability. And I think when I think about it, she's going to be one that doesn't have to be in Relentless, but I think it's more important for Ugo to be in Relentless and get back to that block debuff. So let's go ahead and skip ahead to Ugo if I can figure out how to get back. Let's just click on champions. We're going to go Ugo. We're going to pick our 60 here since it's not used. Let's go to optimize. We're going to go balance mode again, and let's go to our sets first. We need relentless. Once again, relentless is the most important one. I know it did say relentless and perception. Perception is just going to be used to help get that accuracy. So if she does get perception with the accuracy and speed, great. If she does not, then that's also fine. They don't need to have those when it comes to this, because it's not a speed tune like you would be doing with the clan boss. So we want incredibly high HP because she's going to be our healer, our tank. We want some really good defense here. So let's go ahead and prioritize these as 1 and 1. So we're going to be able to get more. The speed is at 253. So let's see, she goes 3rd in the lineup. So I'm guessing one of the heads goes around 250. So let's put 250. We'll be able to glyph just like we were the other ones. Doesn't really matter resistance, and the accuracy was 295. So let's put 290 so we can glyph, and let's optimize once we put it down to 40. Okay, we're gonna let this one optimize. The reason I picked her over Tila is that block buffs is going to be really good for us. It's gonna allow that Head of Mischief not to steal any of the buffs that we have, and it's going to keep our speed tune going, because Nekmothar is going to be throwing out increased speed. And we really do not want that to be stolen. We don't want them to be moving faster. So that's kind of why I prioritized her. So let's look. We have a 70. We have a 3.8, which is a 3.6 on their team. We have a 70 matches that, a little bit more, barely 200. We have more than enough accuracy here. We have identical speed. So let's look who this is on. Nekmothar. So let's go ahead and clear out him. I know these other champions we don't have to worry about, so this is where it's going to be getting interesting. We just took all the good speed gear from our Nekmothar, and we have good speed gear on our Newt when it comes to our Relentless. So we might be seeing these numbers pop down, but it's not looking like it so far. So I'm hoping my account had some better winning than it probably did. So we'll kind of see from there. Let's see, we just got done a 298, which is pretty good on accuracy. I know we can glyph this one up. The HP is better. The defense is going to be pretty consistent with what they have, just a tad bit higher. So we'll be able to glyph here. This one is going to look pretty promising. When it comes to these champions, I do use him, so we're not able to use this build. So let's try again. Okay, let's see what we got. We got enough accuracy here. We got enough speed here. We got enough defense. A little low on resistance or on HP. I think I'd really like higher HP. Between these two are pretty similar. This is pretty similar. So let's check out both of these to see the difference. Got our blue man. We're really not doing the hard. We don't use Man Eater for anything. So let's see what this other one looks like. Pretty similar. I don't know what piece is different. Maybe just this one. When it comes to the higher HP, this is going to be what? 200, 300 less 8 defense that we needed. So I kind of think we got to go with one of these two, which we're going to want the more HP. Because this is going to be just around 200, 150 less defense, which might be kind of hard to get. Let's see if defense is not glyphed here. This piece is already rolled up. Defense is not glyphed. We use her for spiders, so we really can't use that champion. This one's gonna be about 300 away too. Too low, so I think we're gonna go with, was it this one or the other one? Okay, so it was this one with the higher one. So we're gonna go ahead and throw them in this competition, or we'll throw them in this gear, and then we'll be right back. All right, so we got Ugo in her build. Final stats ended up being 3-5 pretty much on defense, 70 or 68.5 on HP, 250 when it came to speed, and then we did get a little bit more resistance than they got just from the stats, and then we got 297 accuracy, which we should be able to just glyph up. Like this one should be able to glyph up. We'll be able to glyph up some speed too, just because there isn't really much that got up speed. We do have room for improvement, which is really nice with a lot of these. We do have a lot of 5-star pieces in here. All right, so we're back. We're working on Tila's. We got Ugo all switched out. We put in our presets for Tila. We hit optimize. So let's go ahead and see what she came up with. For this one, relatively fast, survivability with HP and defense. Defense is a little bit higher than theirs. This one looking pretty good. Plenty of speed. I don't know why I clicked skills. We don't use this champion, so this one's going to be our build here. When it comes to the other two, it's just making sure they get fast enough. So I'm going to throw this gear on her, and then I will be right back for the next video. Now we are on to Molly. So Molly is going to need to move incredibly fast. They have her at 295. No relentless, which is nice. They have good HP, good defense, and some accuracy. So this one I think will be our hardest challenge on this account. I don't know if I have speed, like enough speed. That's wrong. So I'm just gonna do 290. They have 295. So I should be able to glyph. I'm gonna go with 60,000 HP, and then they put 41, so I'm just gonna go 35, and hopefully gonna be able to really go up from there. I'm putting speed as a second, and then the accuracy, because she's going to be our provoker, hopefully is gonna be at least at 290. This one is going to be one of the harder ones because I really do not want to take speed gear off of my arena champions that I use. As you can tell, the number on the other ones was like, hey, this is 30 seconds, this is this. But it's going to be a lot higher, and I wish I could just automatically skip, take Arbiter out, take just my speed champions that I use out. I know I can probably rebuild a lot of my other teams to not need as much speed, but I do need like my Arbiter. I need my Lysandra. She's key for me in the Dark Fae. I need Lady Kimmy. So those three are just going to be three that jump off the bat right now as not options. The good part is I don't see Inquisitor Shamel's comp really having like an impact. Like for his build, I don't see it having an impact on this build because he does need to move a little bit fast at 233. Well, that's pretty fast for most people at 233, but at the end of the day, he's not going to have my best speed gear. So like you can see right now, my fastest with these stats are going to be 312, which is pretty good, but that's only about 10 off for what they have really on theirs. I guarantee some of these are going to be with Arbiter and Lysandra, so I'm going to have to take those off. So it's going to be interesting, but I have a couple different ideas based on what we can maybe do with it with some playing back and forth. So let's go ahead and see first. Of course, it's going to be my Arbiter. I don't think I'm willing to rebuild my Lydia, but I might have to look at that because that might be the only option. And I know I really don't want to rebuild him because he's my Bommel guy. So let's go ahead and start over. Let's just stop this, and I want to put this down to like 17 so we can try to hopefully clear out the champions that we know for sure can't be taken from. So this actually looked pretty good. So this is in my Clan Boss team, and then this is in my Iron Twins team. So I know I can't take from them. So let's go ahead and start this again. It's nice. We're still getting compositions that reach in the speed and that still have some tankiness. Like her overall HP is only 66, and then we're getting that defense number. So like this build in particular right here would be amazing if we can get to it. But we have Lysandra there. I don't know if my comp works. I mean, I gotta have something outside of that. Let's see. I have 2 Lysandras, so I wonder what Lysandra this is. I want to see if Venus is actually going to really get hindered without this speed. As I want to say Venus is going to be in maybe my hard composition. Okay, she is not, so that's even better. So I can take that from Venus. For my Lysandra, I don't know which one is which. So let's go to Doom Tower. Let's go to our preset teams. Let's try to find our Lysandra. So it is this team that I use. It is the speed one. So then we go back to our comps over here with our champions. And then we're going to search for Lysandra. And it is our speed one. So this piece that we're looking at is HP, and this is accuracy. So this should be fine, since we have the accuracy. So we need to control turn meter. That's why she's not incredibly fast. So this build is actually going to work for us. So let's go ahead. We're going to cut here, and then I will be. Oh, actually, the Geo. I want to see if this Geo Master is the same Geo that I use in my Iron Twins. Why is Geo not coming up? Is it GEO? GEO, okay. So we have both of these right here. So one already has it, so I guarantee this is going to be him. We do need the accuracy, which kind of sucks because we're going to need it in both. So let's go to accuracy here, and we're going to see if there's going to be one that has speed, just speed, and accuracy, and we're going to see what we're looking at. This one only has 1 roll. This one only has 1 roll. The piece that we're giving up is 22 speed though. Okay, this one could work because this is going to be, what, 21 speed? And it's really glyphs up to 20. Okay, so this one will work in place of it. It's not going to be as much accuracy as we wanted. And then we're going to miss just a little bit. It was 7% HP. So we're going to miss just a little bit HP right here. But instead of having that flat stat on defense, we're going to go ahead and have this one here. So I'm going to put it in this one, and then I'll be right back. We're going to build our last champion. So let's make sure we hit refresh. I accidentally wasn't paying attention, and I built Geo instead of our Molly, which I was kind of confused on why the speeds didn't really line up, and that makes a lot more sense now. So I had to just rebuild Geo. I didn't remember what gear he had on him, so that's why Geo was up. So let's go ahead and optimize, and let's do our balance mode. Let's go to, he doesn't have anything. He does have 1 set of cruelty. So that might be something. So let's just put it there just in case it does do something for it. It's just he's gonna hit harder. So counts. So I guess that is set. So we should be good there. Let's go to his stats. So he has 37. So let's go 3,500 HP. We'll be able to get that a little bit more. Actually, let's do this. So we're not gonna prioritize this one. So let's go to actually 37. His attack is at 43, so let's go to 4. His defense is at 23, so that's fine. We're going to prioritize 1 this. We want to make sure he is crit capped at 100. The speed is going to be 239 or 234. That's what his speed is at, so let's go to 230. His crit damage, he has 230, so let's go to 220. And we're going to prioritize 1, and it doesn't look like any of these. I do want to see what putting some resistance on him is going to do. He might be able to block some stuff, and then we're going to prioritize these as 3, and 3, so that way he's going to be able to get a little built in, but really making sure that he has good speed, 100% crit rate, and then his crit damage and his attack are going to be prioritized as high. When we look at, is it configuration? So we make sure we had our crit rate in, our crit damage, and then he does have, I guess War Master isn't going to be one that is going to jump out here. He is going to have the Defiant, so his resistance is going to be up a little bit higher. I don't think any of these other ones, Flawless Execution, really don't care about because we want the War Master, and Support Tree we didn't do, so let's go ahead and optimize him. I do see us removing a lot of these champions because I use a lot more damage dealers, I feel like, than I use support champions. Might be a little bit odd, but you just need a couple really good support champions, and then you're going to be able to do a lot of different content in this game with just those support champions. So recently I was able to pull Duchess, so I know I don't need a bunch of different support champions. I can just use my Duchess. Ideally, I would really love to move all of my Arbiter's gear on my Duchess, so I have a really fast Duchess, but I don't know if that's going to be more beneficial for me, worse beneficial. I haven't really played around with Duchess just because I don't have her masteries done with yet. So we know we can't use Fushan because he's in our clan boss team. We can use this champion, Inquisitor Schmel, that's fine. It is a resistance banner, so it's kind of interesting. And then I do use all of my cold hearts. Ronda's not a big deal, and then he is not a big deal, so let's go ahead and get this reran again for our next one. While this runs, I'd love to hear if you all have a hard Hydra team and what champions that you use, or maybe you do know the roster on this account. If you saw any champions that would be really beneficial, obviously that Lady McCoggin I think would be beneficial. I just don't know where she would replace. She has a ability to decrease the duration on their buffs and also increase duration of their debuffs. She can increase our buffs and also decrease our debuffs, but it's not really a buff heavy team. I think it'd be really cool to replace the easy team with the Lady Mikage, a Duchess, just kind of throw some other champions in there to quickly get it done. Definitely won't be able to use this one because I do use Seer. I kind of use the Rabbit, but not as much. I use him in a 3v3 team just to check off a box for, I have like an all Skinwalkers 3v3 team that I just use him in. So we'll see if that's going to come down to it. He's in a pretty good build that hits kind of hard. I do like playing around with that team with just throwing it in different wave content and seeing out what happens. So let's try this again. It looks like we're getting good speed in this. We're getting decent defense, which really wasn't a big priority of ours. We're getting the attack a little lower than I would like to see. I'd really like to see this float around like 43. But this crit damage number is going to be kind of exactly where we're wanting. So I wonder if we really take off this resistance and he's able to just put an attack banner on. That's going to be more important because this resistant being at 328 really doesn't do much for us. Maybe because I don't think he's going to be the tank either. So let's go ahead and go back to our stats, and we're just going to remove this on resistance, and then we're going to try to run this again. I would imagine he's going to be able to get either more attack in there, or he's going to be able to be a little bit more tanky, which is going to be much better for us when it comes to those. So let's see what we're looking at. We're looking at crit rates pretty good. We're looking at speed really jumping up there. The defense is a lot higher. The HP is a lot higher. He's hitting harder. But this attack number I'd really like to see higher. So I wonder if these are with a defense banner. So is 3 not the highest priority that you can do on these sets or on these stats? Where are we at? Stats. So let's just remove these. So maybe 1 is not the high priority. And let's just make it here and here. And then let's just go, we'll put this at 38, so we know we're getting some tanky. And then we'll just put this at 25. And then let's see how high we can get that attack number. So let's optimize again. All right, attack is looking much higher. HP is still good. Defense is still good. Speed, solid. We're looking at 234 is what they had. So we're at 234. We have more crit damage. We do actually have some built-in resistance, which is kind of funny. More attack than what they had, more HP, more defense. So let's see what we're looking at. We do the rabbit. She's kind of used sometimes, but not a lot. I already know I need to rebuild my Venus just from taking the boots off of her, because she was at a certain speed that I need her to be in the dragon comp, and she just needs I want to kind of put her in relentless if going to be possible with all the rest of the changes. I think these gloves are really strong, so that's one of them. Is that going to be one of our strongest builds? This one might be even stronger. Has more attack, less crit damage. So let's see what this one's looking like. Just with Lysandra. We did block out our Lysandra that we do use. This chess piece is just so good. I want to say we use Deacon or Batman for something, so this one's not going to work. Let's look at this comp. Got the bat again. So I think we're just going to go ahead and do this comp, or this gear. Let me go ahead and pause it here, and I'll get that set up. Built. So we know we don't have masteries on everybody, and everybody's not the level that they need to be in. But I'm going to go ahead and just put these in. Our team optimizer will set those presets, and then we'll go ahead and just do a little bit of quick leveling up on like Nekmothar just to get him kind of halfway there, and then we're going to give it a run. We're not going to save the key because we're going to do another key later on, and then we're going to see what it looks like. So I'll jump back in when the run's complete. And there you have it. It is a 1-key Hydra Brutal boss, which is exactly what we wanted. It is not as high of damage that we did want on it. So I am going to give this one another run. Now, right now, Nekmothar has 0 masteries. So we'll be able to put masteries. That's going to be able to pump some more damage in him. Hoping to get this number closer to 2 million to either match or probably beat the Ugo. So let's go with hopefully around 5-6 million. So we'll be able to pump that up to 40. Inquisitor Shamel is not hitting as hard as I would like him to hit for some reason. So I might try to take another look at this build. Tila, she still needs to finish her masteries. Right now she doesn't have Giant Slayer or the tier above that. Molly right now does not have her masteries or her masteries either. So that number is going to increase. She doesn't really hit a lot to begin with though. She's really just there for that provoke. And then New is fully completed, so I think just with a little bit more of Relentless procs, we'll be able to get some more damage there. But I'd really like to see this number up more than Newt's, since she is bringing the burns and the hexes. But overall, I think really good damage from the team. It's exactly what we wanted before. The most damage we could ever do on this with the composition that we had was 7 million. So it is quite the increase with these clan boss calculators on the, I don't know if the clan boss calculator, the Hydra calculator from hellhades.com. I think that composition was like 114,000. So they might have just got a little bit better RNG in different parts of it. I was not watching the run, so I'm not really sure where it fell apart. It does look like, if you can see in the background here, it does look like we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So everybody did die versus everybody getting consumed. So what that tells me is just going to need to be a little bit tankier. And then I don't know if those runs are going to be manual runs that we saw. This was an all auto run, and I did not target anybody. I literally clicked play, and I stepped away. Actually helped re-put the kids back down, and then I came back and it was done. It doesn't look like it took too long either with the 20-minute run. It's going to give us that 100. The other one will also give us roughly 200-ish if I can get to 100. And then the other run just needs to give us that 50. So I think with the Lady Mikage in the beginning run, on the very easy with the Duchess, we should be sitting in a good position. But I'll do the free regroup and then hopefully work on masteries before this does reset so we can get some better damage out of that. But overall, I would say very successful Hydra build. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to see anything different, Please let me know as gear gets better on this account. We will get better damage. So looking forward to that, and we will see you in the next one.